them. You know why I don't follow them? I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't follow them. They had said something about me and I like responded to them, and then you know what they told me? I hope your daughter gonna grow up to be a like you.
Welcome back to Juicy Reel, where the tea is always hotter, the drama is always louder, and we bring you the scandals the celebs wish you'd never hear. Today, Stefon Diggs is smack in the middle of a storm.
People get married and still get cheated on. Y'all think, oh, marriage is the privilege. People are married right now and are getting cheated on right now. People get married and have double lives. What are y'all talking about? Y'all think marriage is so, oh my God. What? I'd rather be single than to be married and someone that's cheating on me.
So wild, it's shaking the entire internet. His ex, Lord Giselle, just dropped what people are calling a nuclear bomb, a leaked tape that allegedly shows Stefon in a full-on gay threesome. And guess what? Cardi B herself looks like she's right there in the mix, caught up in all the chaos. But here's where it gets even crazier. This wasn't some random leak.
Like, y'all have this perspective of life. It's so effed up. People are married right now and are very unhappy. Like, I'd rather be single and explore life than to be married and be miserable and someone is cheating on me. Y'all think, but you're married and get alimony. What the do you think I give a fuck about alimony? I want a faithful husband. Don't nobody get married for alimony. I want to be married with someone that truly loves me.
Nope. Giselle, who already has a baby with Stefon, waited for the perfect moment to flip the internet upside down. She unleashed this tape right after Cardi went public with her huge news that she's pregnant with Stefon's child. Talk about timing with a knife's edge. Now the entire internet is spinning. People are asking if Cardi was ever truly in love, or if this was a calculated stunt, a desperate way to lock down a man and grab the spotlight for herself. The timing of all this is too wild to ignore. Cardi's album rollout, the pregnancy reveal, the leaked tape, and the whispers about Stefon being on the down low. It's way too messy to just be some random coincidence. Fans are convinced this might be Cardi's most desperate stunt yet. But Giselle, oh, she is not about to let Cardi slide. She's stepping forward with plenty to say about Cardi and Stefon's so-called love story. And trust me, her claims are shaking people up. Now, Cardi announced she was pregnant just days ago, and the internet thought Offset was going to be the one stirring the pot. After all, Offset has been spiraling ever since Cardi kicked him to the curb. And sure enough, he didn't let us down. He fired off a tweet that had everyone clutching their phones. Divorce ain't even finalized, and you popping out another man's kids, you wildin'. Boom. The whole internet lit up instantly. Offset later deleted the tweet and has been surprisingly well behaved since then, which fans are finding refreshing. Though nobody's betting on how long that'll last. But let's be real. The real chaos isn't coming from Offset. The spotlight is on Stefon's ex, Lord Giselle, and she looks salty to the core about him moving on and having a baby with Cardi. Instead of fading quietly into the background, she's making it her mission to blow this whole thing up as messy as possible. And the tea she's spilling is making waves that just won't stop. Given Stefon's long reputation as a ladies' man, most people expected Giselle to spill some basic tea, like sneaky hookups on the side, or claims that he was still sneaking into her bed. But no, she went nuclear with it. She flat out claims Stefon swings both ways, saying he's not only into women, but allegedly into men too. That shook everybody because nobody saw that bombshell coming. And Giselle didn't stop there. She went even wilder. She accused Stefon of never being faithful to Cardi in the first place. According to her, Stefon allegedly brought Cardi right into the bedroom with his boyfriends, setting up threesomes and blurring all the lines of their relationship. The internet went crazy, because if that's true, then Cardi wasn't just a partner, she was part of his double life. Now, Cardi has been catching plenty of heat for jumping into a pregnancy with Stefon so fast, but at the same time, she's got a huge wave of people cheering her on. Think about it. She stuck around for Offset for years while he played her left and right. And when she finally broke away, everybody was waiting to see what her next big move would be. Instead of crying over the past, she flipped the script and started a whole new chapter with Stefon. And here's the kicker. Stefon not only has bigger money than Offset, but he also makes sure the world knows Cardi is his woman. That public recognition is major because Offset never really gave her that respect. Fans are calling it a huge win for Cardi, finally getting the spotlight and the loyalty she deserved. Meanwhile, Giselle's story with Stefon was a totally different ride. No public love, no acknowledgement, and a lot of pain hidden in the background. Not only did Stefon refuse to ever claim Giselle as his girl, but word on the street was he even tried to deny her baby at one point. That cut deep. And if that wasn't enough, the backlash Giselle faced was beyond brutal. Stefon's fan base and even members of the party gang piled on her non-stop, and the shaming was relentless. People were calling her every name in the book, labeling her a 304, dragging her across social media, and some even crossed the line by taking cheap shots at a child. The internet turned cruel, and it left scars. In one particularly nasty video, someone dropped a comment so heartless that it had people gasping. And Giselle hinted that Cardi and her fan base might have played a role in stirring that whole mess up. She didn't say it directly, but the way she worded it, yeah, the shade was impossible to miss. By now, it's crystal clear. Giselle has no love for Cardi and Stefon's relationship. For a while, she tried playing subtle, throwing subs and little side comments at Cardi, but lately, she's not even pretending anymore. She's gone from low-key shade to flat-out clout-chasing, and she doesn't care who notices. Case in point, right after Cardi's pregnancy announcement, Giselle hopped on a live stream and started dropping comments that had everybody raising eyebrows. She didn't hold back, saying straight up that she never married Stefon because he was a cheater, and she couldn't put up with that kind of behavior. The timing was too perfect, and everybody knew exactly who she was talking about. Giselle wanted those dots connected, and the internet connected them instantly. Did you catch it? Because Giselle's shade toward Cardi wasn't just petty, it was layered. For starters, she made sure to drag up the ghost of Offset and their 7-year marriage, full of non-stop cheating and public embarrassment. Offset humiliated Cardi in front of the entire world more than once, and everybody remembers it. Now here's the kicker. The irony is brutal, because Stefon doesn't look much different. Some fans are even whispering that he might be worse. Sports analyst Mike Goff even said Stefon has built up a reputation as one of the league's biggest players, and not just on the field. His brother Trayvon carries the same rep, so together they've got this wild image of running through women left and right, and babies popping up left and right too. And the rumors surrounding Stefon, they're explosive. Word is, he's got 3 babies on the way with 2 different women, and one of them might even be carrying twins. If that's true, then with Giselle still in the picture, Cardi would slide in as his 4th baby mama in just 1 year. 4 in a year. That's insane, and honestly humiliating for someone with Cardi's superstar status. But here's where it twists. People say Cardi's history with Offset's toxic behavior might explain why she's clinging to Stefon so hard. It looks like she's desperate to keep her man from entertaining other women, but Giselle's warning hit different, because according to her, it's not just the Instagram models that Cardi needs to watch out for. Stefon's roster is way messier than that. And here's the part that really flips the table. Giselle isn't just saying Stefon's messy with women, she's claiming he swings both ways. According to her, Stefon allegedly likes men too. Now, if you've been following the tea, you already know these whispers about Stefon's sexuality aren't brand new. Offset himself once shaded him about it, telling Cardi's fans to go bother that gang ninja, which had social media buzzing like crazy. But here's what makes it wilder. Offset and Giselle may be bitter exes, but they're not just pulling this out of thin air. They've been consistent in pushing these rumors, and Stefon's name keeps landing in the middle of some eyebrow-raising stories. Earlier this year, celebrity stylist Chris Blake Griffith came out and accused Stefon of spiking his drink and allegedly trying to take advantage of him. That allegation set the internet on fire instantly. And Chris Blake Griffith isn't just some random face. He's a well-known stylist in the celebrity world. He didn't hold back at all when sharing his story, and that gave the claims way more weight. To make things even more jaw-dropping, rewind about a year ago, TMZ dropped a shocking video that left viewers stunned. It showed Drake's stylist getting ambushed in an elevator by 3 men just as he was stepping out. The attack was brutal enough, but when it came out that one of the attackers was none other than Diggs, Stefon's own brother, the internet lost it. That connection between Diaz and Stefon added a whole new layer of suspicion. Suddenly, people weren't just gossiping about Stefon's bedroom preferences. They were questioning what kind of secrets might really be hiding behind the scenes in his personal life. When that elevator footage first started circulating, people didn't think much of it. The story at the time claimed Chris Blake had simply been robbed, that his purse with jewelry and valuables was stolen during the chaos. But as it turns out, that version was nothing more than a smokescreen, a distraction from something way darker. Just days before that brutal elevator ambush, Chris Blake says he was at an event with Stefon Diggs. And that's where things allegedly took a chilling turn. Blake claims Stefon slipped something into his drink and then tried to make an unwanted move on him. The stylist says he managed to get away before anything could happen, but the moment shook him to his core. The whole situation made people stop and question whether the robbery narrative was just a cover-up for something much more sinister. Even though Blake escaped, the damage was already done. He was left shaken and traumatized. And here's the part that made the story spiral. When Blake tried to confide in his inner circle about what allegedly happened with Stefon, he didn't get the support he expected. Instead of rallying behind him, people doubted him. They accused him of trying to stir up drama, brushing off his claims like they were nothing but clout-chasing noise. For Blake, it was the beginning of a nightmare. Not only was he dealing with trauma from the alleged incident, but he was also being questioned and criticized by the very people he thought would stand by him. That mix of fear, betrayal, and humiliation is what made this story so much bigger than just a leaked video. It turned into a scandal with layers nobody could have predicted. People accused Chris Blake of chasing clout, but the truth is, he was desperate for help. One of the first people he reportedly reached out to was boxer Gervonta Davis, but Gervonta wanted no part of it. He kept his distance and even cut Blake off completely, firing him as his manager. That rejection only made Blake feel even more isolated, like the walls were closing in on him. With nowhere else to turn, Blake reached out to Drake, who happened to be in the same circle as Stefon. Maybe, just maybe, Drake would offer support or guidance, but instead, he got the cold shoulder. Leaked DMs between Blake and Drake painted a brutal picture of what went down. Blake even sent Drake a tape, the supposed evidence, begging him to share it or at least help get the truth out. But Drake wasn't having it. Instead of support, Drake shut him down, hard. His words cut deep. "You asking me to post a tape about you ratting on people? I just don't come from a family or city where that's acceptable. I live by a code, and that's law. We all just gotta deal with our own ish off here. Not telling you to be no super gangster, but it made me feel weird. You'd think I'd be into supporting that, but nah, cold as ice." That was the final straw. Blake eventually told his side publicly, but with no one powerful backing him up, the drama fizzled out. Still, the whispers around Stefon never really went away. In fact, blind items kept surfacing, hinting at his double life. One even claimed a former A-list female rapper has a lot in common with her new boyfriend, and fans were quick to connect the dots straight back to Cardi and Stefon. Blind items have been flying non-stop, and the accusations are wild. One hinted that both Stefon and his partner had been linked to men before. Another one flat out said an A-list NFL player knows everyone whispers about him being with men, which is why he makes sure to always be photographed, surrounded by women throwing themselves at him. And the kicker, that same NFL player, the one allegedly hooking up with the married former A-plus list rapper while she was pregnant, is now being accused of assaulting men too. The gossip is spiraling out of control. So yeah, Giselle might come off petty at times, but this time, it's looking like she may actually be onto something with Stefon's alleged double life. And as if that isn't already messy enough, she's now claiming Cardi B is so desperate to hold on to Stefon that she's allegedly been joining him in threesomes with other men. The claim is insane, and Giselle swears she has a tape to prove it. But here's the twist, Giselle's not leaking it, at least not yet. Why? because according to her, the last thing she wants to do is hand Cardi any extra attention that might boost her album sales. That's next level pettiness. Giselle also claims Cardi loves to act like she's bold and unbothered by what the world says, but behind the scenes, she cares deeply. She supposedly told people that Offset's betrayal scarred her so badly that she's now determined to keep Stefon at any cost. Her mission is to prove to everybody that she can hold on to a man and to keep her name tied to a new headline-making relationship. By this point, fans are straight up dizzy from all the twists, and Giselle is loving every second of it. She's been dropping subs, teasing tapes, and throwing shade so heavy, it feels like she's holding the entire saga hostage. Every time Cardi tries to shine with her pregnancy glow, Giselle pops back up with another dagger, reminding the world that Stefon's loyalty is shaky at best. And the craziest part? The internet can't look away. Whole timelines are split down the middle. Some writing for Cardi, calling her a queen for leveling up from Offset to Stefon, while others are convinced she's embarrassing herself by locking in with a man surrounded by baby mama drama and whispers about his double life. Meanwhile, Stefon stays quiet. No big statements, no denials, just carefully staged photos with Cardi like he's trying to drown the noise in picture-perfect moments. But if Giselle's right and the receipts really exist, then silence won't save him for long. People are waiting, refreshing their feeds, wondering if the next leak will finally blow the lid off everything once and for all. Stefon might be good for business and album sales, so in that sense, Cardi's move is paying off. But look at what it's cost her. Just like that, the Stefon Diggs, Cardi B, and Lord Giselle saga has exploded into one of the juiciest scandals of the year. We're talking leaked tapes, double lives, surprise pregnancy announcements, and desperate stunts that have fans spinning in circles. Nobody can tell what's real and what's smoke and mirrors, who's playing who, how deep does the mess go, and just how far are these stars willing to push things before it all collapses. What we do know is simple. This drama isn't even close to being over. Cardi's fighting to stay relevant, Stefon's secrets keep spilling out, and Giselle? She's made it crystal clear she's not holding back a single thing. The only question left is, who's going to survive this scandal without losing it all? And if you don't want to miss what comes next, make sure you subscribe to Juicy Real, because trust me, this ride is only getting crazier.